Very important book which I have learned in my early 20s, and that has really changed the way I look the life, right? And the author of this book is Joseph Murphy, and he's one of a very great author. And so let me tell you about like few particular things which he has elaborated in his book,
Yeah,
and
one
it has
thing.
changed my life, right? So the very first thing in the key element in the book is like your mind is like we have two minds, right? The very first is like your subconscious mind, and the second is your conscious mind, right? And most of the time in your in your day, like 20% of the time we are just running on a day is on your subconscious mind, and the 80% of the stuff, whatever we do, whatever we feel, whatever we act and how we react is on your subconscious mind, right? So like it's a power, like it's a hidden power, like whenever you feel, whenever you sleep, whenever you manifest, like it's your subconscious mind. You are training your subconscious mind, right? So let's take an example of, and let's take a steel, like a small piece of steel, and we magnetize it, right? So what the steel can do, like it can able to pick up the weight which will be much more 10 harder 10 much more weight at the time than he can able to lift, right? But the same piece of steel, if we are unmagnetize it, so it can't even lift a feather as well. So the same stuff is with your mind, like if you can able to understand like how your subconscious mind works. So like it's like a open playground, it's like a, you can say a pothole which you are putting your seeds, and you will find whatever will be the result in the past few weeks or whatever the few days, and in the long run, like how it can going to be. So right, so whatever the seeds, let's suppose like if you are sowing a seed which is positive, or if you are sowing a seed which is negative, so after a particular long time you may not know, like the tree has been, you have planted the seed and it is going to definitely gonna be nurture and gonna be in a best state, right? So you will get the fruit, right? Whatever will be the fruit of that. So the fruit may be sweet and sour, and it's on you, like what kind of thoughts you think all day long, what kind of friends you hang out with all day long. So in that particular book, there was an example I remember still till now. So there was a woman and she was very ill, right? And the doctor has always has told her, he like, okay, now it's time to pray and go away, right? So she just heard these particular thought, like if I can manifest all these particular things, like I am happy, I am healthy, I'm going to survive, and all this, like she manifest all these kind of things in her day, like about 3 to 4 times a day, right? So as the days go by, so you will find the good changes in her personality, and the way way her thought, and the way the life changes, right? So she not only became very much better in the life, rather than mentally as well. So like it's always the game of your mental strength, like how better you are. So from the time, like I still remember, like when we just went to hackathon as well. So in there, like it's all about like they will check your mindset, how good is your mindset, like how better you can approach your problem. So like if you are not, if you are able to think like a normal 50-60% of guys, so definitely you are not going to win, because like you have to go there, you have to go and evolve yourself. Like they are giving you a problem statement and you have to evolve, like you have to create something better, right? So how you are going to do that? So you will tell me there is a point of innovation, and innovation doesn't come like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. It's a constant game, like it's your whatever the stuff you are feeding yourself, like I am a happy person, I'm a best person, and doing all that kind of stuff, and I'm literally good at coding and all that kind. You tell to yourself like all this stuff, and this is how you grow, mentally grow, you spiritually grow, and all these kind of things that actually happen. And the next thing I would like to tell in that particular book was like your power of your belief, like what you believe. So like from a past particularly few weeks, I guess, like I was not able to feel that mentally strong. So I was a little bit kind of shy and many more other things. Downfall. So I just started to keep that one thing in mind. Okay, I'm best. Looking like this is the time, because like we just went for a particular competition, I guess, and there we were not able to select it, right? So and the failure hits you very bad, and once you go through your failure, you may know like what kind of thing you are at the baseline, because your success doesn't teach you many things. Because like you are when you are success, let's suppose you are riding a wave, right? And if you are if you are touching towards the ground, and that's called a failure, right? And you will know like what are the stuff which is going under the sea, right? What are the potential, what are the heartbreaks, and you go through that, right? Your failures give you many more things like that. So that was the stuff, and like the stuff which I was going through, and I have talked to so many of my friends, right? And they have told me, okay, no problem, yes, it is a kind of a particular frame that will gonna pass, and you're gonna pass through it, right? And you will come on a different level, right? So that was a one particular thing which I was continuously able to change that particular kind of stuff in me. And the same book, like I related that same particular concept in myself as well. Like the change begins from you, right? It's your mind, house. Let's take an example of like let's take an Jawahar Ali is a billionaire, right? I will give you a small example and that will be much more clear, right? About your mind. Jawahar Ali is a billionaire and he called me, okay, Yash, come here. And he has done a pretty good at his career and he is a very much hardworking boy and many more stuff he has done, right? And he called me as a developer, okay, Yash, come here. So he has done very much hard work, as you know. And he won't like to leave his place, right? Where he is standing and holding his position by doing all that hard work. So he will call me, okay, Yash, come here and make something or the other platform like this. Which can able to distract most of the people, right? So okay, and I will come, okay, I will make an Instagram for you. So I will make an Instagram for you. So he will give me a particular 50% of, you can say a 200 millions, and he will tell me to, okay, go and build that project, right? So here I am coming and making this particular kind of project, and most of the youngsters, as we know around here, like we spend most of the time on Instagram, right? And definitely, and any feed like we are going through every single day, and that's where the 50% of the competition has been directly eliminated rather than being into competition, right? So the 50% of the people are really not in that particular situation, right? So as we can able to see, like from that particular book, what I have learned, the same concept, like the people like Yawar and the people like who are actually controlling the world, right? Who are actually billionaires, who can able to control the cash flow and many other things, right? So this is how they are going to make the changes to your mind, because like every youngsters or the every individual of you or the person who are around here in a nation, let's take a point of view of a nation, like take an example of China has an isolated country and he has a different social media platform. They use a different, they don't even use the Google as well, and they have totally different software, right? So because like what USA do, USA will give you whatever the stuff you are understanding, and how the social media works, let me tell you how the social media works, because like whatever the stuff you are liking and whatever the stuff you are going through all day long, so it understands the human behavior. The algorithm is very much accurate and it understands the human behavior, and it started to show you that same amount of it which you are interested in. But in China, what happens, they always try to focus on the content which is much more relevant for the youngsters to grow in their professional life, right? And this is what we actually need in our country as well. Like either now we are coming up with our own social media platform, and that is a very good point of view to change the view of the youngsters, right? Because like youngsters are, we have 150 crores of people, and 150 crores of people, let's take an example of 15 crores of people are also able to come into that category who are superior, and they can able to control all these kind of people. So we have to understand like what kind of mindset we should have and what kind of mindset all should have, because and from that book, like definitely it was a game changing for me, and definitely we have won many more competitions and many more stuff. So it goes like that, like your failures and your hard works always combine together. And by talking to all these kind of things, I just forgot about the book. It was about the personal journey of mine, and the book is like pretty, it is amazing. Like it gives you a kind of the very starting thing that told you about the magnet kind of stuff, right? Content about the magnet, and the next thing was like whatever the seeds that you are sowing, you will get a result after 15 years, 20 years, right? And now we are into a particular state, like whatever the stuff you are consuming, you are building another. Every single day, your mind is evolving. Every single day, you are changing. Your surrounding is changing, and what kind of friend circle you are hanging out, that also affect your mindset, right? So definitely, I will tell you like most of the youngsters to hang out with the people which you admire, which you wanted to be, and definitely they are the person at the end of the day, whenever you are failing, whenever you are succeeding, they will be at your side and they will push you to a very another levels, right? So, and the same thing I would like to tell you about the one more stuff. Boro, right? So yeah. So the stuff was like about like I was not a particularly good speaker, and I started my YouTube channel, right? And from that particular stuff, I in the very beginning, like in 2020, when there was a lockdown period, and so I was a little bit shy. Like, I was not able to talk to anyone, which I am doing right now. A little bit kind of shy here as well, because like there are many more new faces, and that's what we learn like over the kind of period. Like, and now I have a 14,000 subscribers. And by just telling them about like whatever the content which I have learned, whatever the technology which I have learned, like just the simple basic stuff. So I will tell you most of the youngsters like what you can do. Definitely not go to start your own YouTube channel. just able to on the camera and just express yourself, because once you're able to start able to think in that particular frame, okay, you are a better speaker, okay, whatever the stuff I have done, I have learned, and you have that particular kind of 5 minutes of speaking skill like which you have, and definitely whatever the stuff you have learned, because like you may know, okay, क्या क्या प्रोडक्टिव किया भाई, क्या गलत किया, क्या सही किया, वो सब बोल दो उसमें. So that's why you will be real with yourself for 5 minutes only. I will not tell you to go beyond your 15 and other stuff, right? And उसके बाद फिर एक और एक चीज़ आती है कि like जो I will let you know about your पर्सनैलिटी, राइट. पर्सनैलिटी जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि आपको कि भाई योर फ्रेंड सर्कल पे डिपेंड करता है एंड योर सराउंडिंग पे डिपेंड करता है, राइट. तो अच्छा नर्चरिंग सराउंडिंग ढूंढो, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम लाइक बहुत सारे लोगों को मिलता नहीं है, राइट. तो उसको ढूंढने के लिए लाइक यू मे एबल टू लाइक अभी कॉलेज है अपना, लाइक बहुत सारे अच्छे दोस्त यहाँ पर भी बना सकते हो, बहुत सारी अच्छी चॉइसेस यहाँ पे भी ले सकते हो तुम लोग, राइट. एंड कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में तो लाइक यू हैव टू बी कम्पिटिटिव, एंड वो सर ने बोला कि लाइक कम्पिटिटिव नेचर कैसे आ जाता है. कम्पिटिटिव नेचर कैसे आता है कि लेट्स सपोज आई विल इन अ रूम आई विल टेक माय 5 बॉयज एंड डेफिनेटली वी आर वर्किंग ऑन दैट, राइट. एंड बॉयज लोग का एक नेचर होता है, इवन गर्ल्स का भी होता है, तो ऐसा लुक मत दो भाई. तो फिर ना कम्पिटिटिव नेचर होता है जब आप 5 लोगों को एक साथ रखोगे एंड देख रहे हो कि भाई ये बंदा मुझसे ज्यादा अच्छा कर रहा है, तो व्हाट यू विल डू, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू पुल हिम बैक, राइट. रादर देन व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू डू, ओके भाई क्या कर रहा है मैं भी बता, मैं भी करता हूँ, राइट. तो दैट्स हाउ यू ग्रो टुगेदर. वो 5 लोगों का जो ग्रो होता है ना, तो वो डिफरेंट लेवल का ही होता है, वो कंपटीशन माइंडसेट उनका बहुत अलग होता है.
What I want to add is you appreciate each other's success.
Yep.
Instead of being jealous,
yeah, you have to, right.
you have to appreciate each other's success.
right. एंड सो लाइक ये कंपटीशन वाला जोन और ये कंपटीशन वाला लेवल रहेगा ना, तो माइंड आपका अपने आप ही चेंजिंग लेवल में जाता है. सर ने अभी एक्सप्लेन किया वो बुक का, राइट, कि वो कैसे वो बंदा सोच नहीं पाता था कि चेंज कैसे करना है, तो उसको पता चला कि जब वो अनकंफर्टेबल सिचुएशन में आया, देन ही नोज नाउ आई हैव टू चेंज, देन ही नोज आई हैव टू इवॉल्व, राइट. तो वो पर्टिकुलर काइंड ऑफ सराउंडिंग से आने से पहले यू हैव टू प्लान योरसेल्फ, यू हैव टू चेंज योरसेल्फ, एंड एवरी सिंगल थिंग स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हियर. लाइक क्या तुम अपने बारे में सोचते हो, तो वो चालू होता है व्हाट यू थिंक अबाउट योरसेल्फ. अगर तुम सोच रहे हो कि भाई मैं एज अ पॉजिटिव पर्सन, तो मैं हूँ पॉजिटिव, एंड अगर मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि भाई ये दुनिया अच्छी नहीं है, तो डेफिनेटली दैट सेम थिंग रिफ्लेक्ट्स ऑन मी कि मेरा बिहेवियर भी वो नहीं है, राइट. तो वो एक की एलिमेंट विल बी better for you and understand how you are going to be like that, right. So I may try to end this kind of stuff, and so thank you for that.